Paul wants a forged-looking deadbolt to put on his shed door. The first thing we're going to do is mark out the pieces of metal to be cut. We used a bandsaw to cut along the lines marked on the sheet metal. Some of the metal we used was recycled, so we wire brushed all the rust off. The rough edges of the cut metal were sanded off with a belt sander too. The staples that hold the bolt down were forged into shape between the piece of metal that was used to make the bolt and a heavy vise. Yeah, so you can sort of, with the vise, kind of press things at the same time as you're trying to forge things. Now, if you just lift. Nice. Throwing in a loose more. Looks good. Could be a bit wider, but anyway. Actually, could be a bit thinner.
Well, if you make that the receiver on the door jamb, because that wants
punch spot. Just there. The square piece that became the sliding bolt needed a hole put in it for the handle. We centre punched it when it was cold, but it was kind of hard to see again when it was heated up.
target.
Done, I'm off centre. Once all these pieces had cooled down, everything was taped into position on the backing plate, and a drill press was used to put holes through that would later be riveted. Some holes were allowed for the rivets, and some were allowed for screws that would later be used to screw everything onto the shed door. We made some rivets by getting some like 1/4-inch rebar and cutting it into about 20mm lengths, and then mushrooming their ends with a ball peen hammer. That was used to hold the staples onto the backing plate. Once one of the rivets out of a pair that holds a staple on was put into position, I used a conical tapering rod called a drift to push through the other hole. That made sure the holes all lined up correctly. The finished product.